Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Pause the video right now to check out my social media, my radio show, and thatdrummerguy.com. And most of all, enjoy the following presentation.
Hi.
Hi. Hello. How's it going?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for taking the time to be able to do this interview.
No worries at all. Pleasure.
Well, fantastic. Well, of course, I am here to talk to you about your brand new album from Spirits and Ghosts, Scores for a Dark Christmas, which is coming out the 17th of November through earMUSIC.
Yes, exactly.
So how did this whole idea come to be with making a holiday album?
I've done already one, but that album was, it came out in 2005 or 2006, sorry, only in Finland. It's based on Christmas music that is played in Finland, melancholic songs from our culture. So after all these years, or during these years, I've been doing Christmas tours. I've been performing with symphonic orchestras. I've been performing with different lineups in churches and theaters in Europe during Christmas time, and even my metal fans, rock fans have been able to follow me in those concert tours, and they kind of expect me to sing Christmas music already at the times of the year. So coming up with the international album now was kind of I thought that it was about the time to do an album like this, and in a way I wanted to work on it, and my approach for the album was definitely this kind of more scorey kind of cinematographic album, not like a very common Christmas album that you can hear everywhere, played everywhere during Christmas, and thousands of artists have decided to make a seasonal album like this. But I wanted to do something, a little bit of a difference there, and there is a certain beautiful side of darkness in me, as an artist, so why not? I also thought of the other side of the coin as a Christmas. Christmas is something that comes to all of us, whether we like it or not. And there are a lot of lonely souls during Christmas. And this album is definitely meant to be for those lonely souls. I really hope that I can give some peace for those people that are longing to be with someone in this Christmas.
Yeah, and I definitely got that impression the more that I listened to the album. It's just like from beginning to end, there is such a dark feeling behind it, but it's also a very beautiful and positive way to look at it as well, with that feeling of not being alone during the holiday season, and especially during Christmas, which is so wrapped up in the idea of being with loved ones, family, friends, and not everyone gets that opportunity.
No, yeah, exactly. And every one of us, we have lost someone dear to us, and those people they remind us of themselves when Christmas comes, and not necessarily it's our choice to be alone. Some people, they choose to be in solitude or live in solitude, but not we are not meant to be alone, and so that's just not our decision, and Christmas is seen as a happy celebration, family celebration, and me coming from Finland, Finland is a small country filled with melancholic people, and with melancholic music, and our Christmas songs are very melancholic, so I thought of, I am not myself very familiar with the jingle bells sounding Christmas music myself. I've always been seeking that kind of melancholic side in Christmas songs or music in general, so this is my approach to music, even though I'm singing the songs that everyone knows, everyone in the world.
Yeah, and I was, before I got the chance to be able to hear the album, I was very curious the direction things were going to be going in. When I saw you were going to be doing songs like Feliz Navidad or Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, it's like, I was very curious to see the way things were going to be going with that, since those are somewhat more positive Christmas songs. Yeah. So I really love the approach that you did with these.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm very happy to hear that, because it was a huge challenge I faced. I put myself into. I knew it in the beginning, since I started working with a guy called Jim Dooley. He's an LA-based film composer, and he's been working with me ever since my first rock record, since 2007. He's been working with me, so we know each other very well, and I know his line of work. He's such a amazing talent creating emotions, with music, and because he's so used to work with pictures in front of him, and if you are watching a movie without music, you would not get so emotional about it. But when you add to that music, and when it's emotional, it takes you into the story and you understand it better. So he did this amazing thing with these songs that everyone knows these songs, and he could make the twist that I wanted, make them very scorey kind songs, like they could be part of any movie, film, any score in general. So that was really my thing, and songs like Feliz Navidad, like you mentioned, or songs like Deck the Halls, la 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 la. It's like very silly, this kind of childish tones, but when you listen my version of it, maybe you will get a little bit surprised about it, how they turn out to be. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's so great to hear that too, because the more that I do listen to the album, the more I close my eyes when I'm listening to it, and I do imagine a film going on, and these songs being such a great film score to go along with it. I mean, every song having its different purpose, but just like every song feeling like it really could fit very well in a film.
Yeah, that would be fantastic if somebody would find it out, this way. But that was my approach, and I really, since I'm a really big lover of movies in general, and soundtracks are one of my biggest inspiration. When I myself sit down to write songs, I kind of go into that. And from the album, you can also find one song from myself. This song is called Together, and when I decided all the songs for the album, which ones I want to record, I decided also to write one song on my own. I just wanted to see if I was able to do that, in that sense that, okay, I've been writing rock songs and even classical music, but never really a Christmas tune. And so you listen to the song, and it's not really like a traditional Christmas carol at all, but it's my way of seeing Christmas,
Oh, but, with that said, I mean, it really does fit very well in the context of the album. I mean, it adds a lot of diversity into the album with all these great traditional songs around the world that we all know. I mean, and adding your own spin with some original music on there, I mean, it totally fits.
Yeah, we wanted to just make the album like album of mine, like more meaningful than even it is. Of course, this was a really special record for me to do. It was one of the most easiest productions that I've been in charge of, in the last decade. I mean, it was so easy. We started in the beginning of the year with the orchestra arrangements and everything, and then I sang my vocals I recorded in Caribbean, facing the sea. Can you believe me? Imagine the whole scenery, me singing the Christmas carols in the Caribbean. But it was just, I just needed to close my eyes and let it flow, let myself go with the music, and that was it. It was so beautiful session, easy. And then we just mixed the album with Tim Palmer, and we have it. So it was really easy session, easy production.
Yeah, and I remember reading that in the press release that you were able to do that in the Caribbean Sea, and it's so cool to be able to do something that's almost the polar opposite when you think about it, doing a Christmas album and then going outside and seeing all this beautiful landscapes and beautiful tropical scenery going on. I mean, you're able to be in like two positions at once that way.
Yeah, in that sense. But music is the key. Music is the key. And for me, in general, being an artist and being an explosive person myself, I need a quiet environment when I create. And no matter if I'm writing songs, I just need to be in a very peaceful place. And also for the productions, well, at that time, Caribbean is my home. I've been living there for a few years already. So I was at home. I was in my peaceful heaven where nobody finds me. So it was just that place that makes me create and inspires me. So why not? Christmas in the middle of the summer in the heat sounds like not like it for a girl from Finland, but you get along with the things, and the life changes you, wherever you go.
Oh yeah, so with that in mind, I mean that really does feel like it was a proper place to be able to record because you are home, and in a way you can feel like you're home for the holidays when you're recording this album.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. And with my family around, and even my daughter was singing with me on the Deck the Halls. If you check that out, she's having her voice there recorded for the first time. I could record her like properly. She has a she has a really great talent in music, and when she heard this song, when I was practicing the song, and she was like, "Oh, Mama, I would like to sing with you." Or she started singing, and I heard her or something. We talked about it, and I was asking her, "So would you like to?" And she was really into it, even practicing that song. And she's only 5, and but she's getting into my footsteps one way or another. You know?
Thinking about that, even at 5 years old, is she a fan of the other material that you've recorded so far that she's been able to hear?
Yeah. I mean, she's musically talented, and obviously she has her parents, both of us, working with music, and she's surrounded with music all the time. So, of course, in her nature, it's just in her genes that she's into music, and she's going to a theater school once a week and dancing and singing and playing piano already. If I started playing piano, taking lessons when I was 6, she wanted to start when she was 4. So she's way earlier. These kids of today, they are like, they are so independent in that sense. Of course, because I've been also showing her the world. When she was born, I started touring with her. I took her everywhere with me until she was 4. Like every recording studio, every tour, everywhere in the world. And so the world is kind of her home, and so independent little child, and so let's see what comes out of that little creature one day.
Oh yeah, and that was one thing in particular. I was going to ask if that was a family-related vocalist, a part of that, because it's just like having more of that feeling with Deck the Halls on there. I mean, it's great to know that it really was more of a family affair with that song.
Yeah, and even though it sounds really spooky, and with her vocal, especially with Naomi, is my daughter's name, Naomi's vocals make it even more spooky, that song and arrangement, and it fits perfectly for that, particularly for that song that is so childish. The original melody is very easy way of going, and so really like an earworm in that sense. But this song has been done in a so different way, so it really. Yeah, it's like a family getting together, making dark Christmas music. Like, what's that? You have a weird family.
But it's a great thing, though. I mean, when you are able to bond in such a way, I mean, especially when it comes to music and art, and you are able to bond and create this new style of a traditional song, I mean, it's so rewarding to be able to do that.
Of course it is, of course, and I do enjoy very much seeing how my child is growing and what she's learning, and I am not really pushing her at all in any direction. Like she really needs to find her own passion in life, like I did. I did find myself my own passion in music. I mean, my parents were always there to support me. They were not working with music, but they were very musically talented, and so, but they supported me, and so I wish to get that, or give that same chance for my daughter one day. Yeah.
Oh, very much so. I mean, the fact that your parents were able to help you out with support when you were growing up and finding out what you wanted to do with your life, and the fact that you are able to do that with your daughter as well, and being able to figure out where she wants to go with her life when she gets older. I mean, that's definitely the right approach.
Yeah, I hope so. Let's see what comes.
So, with this in mind, and with the album coming out in just a couple weeks, what is the plan for touring promotion of this album?
Oh yeah, this year, since I'm still touring with the Shadow Self, with my last rock record, I'm still touring South America. I'm going now in 10 days, or a little bit earlier than that. I'm going to Ecuador, Argentina, Uruguay, and I finished that rock tour only in the beginning of the first days of December. So I have only few days time to do some symphonic concerts, and those are going to happen in in few European countries, and with a fully symphonic orchestra and choir. And I'm really excited about it because I'm now finishing all the orchestra arrangements for the orchestras. They are asking for them, and getting nervous that the time is getting near. Like the conductors are panicking already because they need to start rehearsing and all that. But I'm really looking forward. Have few of those concerts this year, but the following years there is a plan to tour with this album because it's a seasonal album, and Christmas, as I said, comes every year. So it is a wonderful thing that there are requests for me to do these symphonic concerts. I've been doing them for many years, but now with the proper album in hand, obviously it will give me a chance to tour, and I really would love to come to USA also with this. But what I'm very happy to say or tell you that next year there will be some concerts in US, rock concerts, in September, as a part of the Prog Power Metal Festival that I'm going to be there headlining that festival. I will be making some shows on my own and around the same time. So I'm really happy because it's been too long.
Oh yeah, and that makes me so happy to hear on both of those ends. The fact that it may become a yearly tradition where you are able to really promote this album and be able to just get that really dark holiday feel behind the Christmas season, and also the fact that you will be coming back into my area in the U.S. With Prog Power USA next year, and then some shows to go along with that too. I mean, you've been sorely missed here in the USA, so the fact that you are able to come back under these circumstances and be able to show off what you've been doing since the last time you were here. I mean, that's so great to see.
Yeah, exactly. I really miss US, and I really miss my fans, and I do know they miss me too. And the support has been incredible all during these years. I mean, I have a really functional fan club over there and really loving and supporting fans. So I'm super excited about this opportunity now finally coming true. And so thank you for being patient. Yes.
Oh yeah, I mean, with everything that you've been up to, especially as of late, I mean, it's definitely worth the wait. And the fact that there will be some more shows to go along with Prog Power in September, I mean, the fact that more people who weren't able to get tickets ahead of time because it sold out the day of, and the fact that you were able to get some other shows to go along with that, I mean, so much more people are going to be able to experience you live here in the US. That's so great.
Yeah, and you will get to know more about it when everything gets confirmed and everything. But we are working on it, we are on it, and so I'm very, very hopeful that things will go well. And so, you will hear about it very, very soon.
Oh, very cool. I mean, with such a great discography that you are continuing to build, how much harder is it for you to be able to pick out what songs you're going to be playing live when it comes to the rock setting?
Oh, it's a beautiful freedom. You know how beautiful it is to be able to have so many songs to play and to choose from, and to have incredible musicians that I can really rely. You know, I can rely on them and say that, hey, sorry guys, but just check it out and practice this song for the next leg or other one. Or, you know, it's just fantastic. We have so much fun with the guys that I'm touring with nowadays, and because we share the same kind of motivation is that we want to make a progress. I mean, if I once go with them to studio and produce an album, they always give me a lot of input themselves. My songs would never ever sound the same without these great talented guys. But then when we hit the road, there is a beautiful growth and evolvement and progressivity involved, because the songs they get a different life, completely different life. Even though we're performing the same songs that were recorded and produced for a record, but still, you know, with the energy around us and a good positive vibe around us, you can see us happy and energetic and rocking, and that's wonderful. After all these years, after 20 years of being in this business, I'm still super excited in going to the road, and that is what really makes me happy, because if I ever lose that kind of a sparkle, you know, then I think that I need to stop, because it would not be real anymore, you know.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And there's so much that goes into that, too. I mean, just like you touched on, I mean, being able to find the right group of musicians to be able to either record with, be on the road with, play shows with, whether they're one-off or mini tours or whatever the case is. And also just making sure that you have the passion that's still there. And with all of the releases, especially within the last couple years, with everything that you've done, I'm glad to see that that inspiration and that energy is still there from you. I mean, it sounds better than ever than what you're doing right now, and I can't wait to see what's going to be continuing on with that.
Yeah, I'm really feeling good. Where music has taken me now artistically in my life is in a very good spot. I feel comfortable. I feel that I'm challenging myself still today, which is my second me. The whole word of challenge. I am kind of, because I'm a lyrical singer and I have been used to. I got used to work hard, and my friends, they're calling me like you are the most workaholic person I know, and these kind of things. But I do enjoy what I do. I don't suffer because I need to work so much. Yeah, I do need to work so much as a singer. I need to train a lot, and it's every day's work as a lyrical singer. To keep up with the singing condition, but also physically, I need to work in order to be able to go through all these rock tours, especially because physically they are hard and demanding, and all the traveling and all that involved. So, but also the writing thing, I learned extremely lot in these last years to write your own songs and get to record them, produce them, and then get to sing and perform them for your own audiences. Whoa, I'm living my dream, and man, it's a beautiful dream. Yes.
Oh, very much so. And that is such a great rewarding thing. I mean, especially with the career that you've had so far. I mean, the fact that you are able to, especially now when you are able to, either when you're making a new rock album, a new metal album, symphonic, or in this case, coming up in a couple weeks with a new Christmas album, when you are able to show yourself off for your fan base, and you can tell that the power and the love and the passion is still there in your voice, in your songwriting, and everything else that's going into it. I mean, it makes the fans very happy, and I imagine for yourself, it's great to know that after all of this time that the fans are still there for you, and they're so happy to see every time that you release new music.
Yeah, and they are as crazy as I am. They are so open-minded people. Seriously, because I am challenging them with my music. Every time I'm releasing a record, it's like, oh, and what is she doing now? Like, they're getting excited about it because they know that I always want to progress. So, and they see that progressivity in me. So, in that sense, my fans are incredibly beautiful people, and obviously without those people behind me and all the force that all the power they give me, I wouldn't be here doing what I love, and I'm super trooper grateful for that to happen.
Oh, very much so. And with that said, I mean, over the last couple of years, I mean, you have been able to release some amazing work so far. Is there anything next coming up as far as like your next album, or are you more focused on doing the live shows?
Yeah, I'm now on tour still, but next year you can expect me to release the live DVD from my rock shows, from these shadow shows, and that's called Act 2. And that was filmed in Milan, in Italy, last year. So it's coming out next year. And obviously with that album, it also gives me a chance to tour a little bit more. Some summer festivals in Europe again, and some shows on my own. And there will be some concert tours, some classical tours happening next year. Not a proper classical release, but touring-wise, I will be busy within classical music as well. Then towards the end of the year, there will be a lot of Christmas concerts. I'm participating in a project called Raskasta Joulua. It's like a heavy Christmas in Finland, where many heavy metal singers from Finland are singing Christmas songs. And it's another Christmas project, but this year I'm only taking part in a couple of shows, and next year I will be there mostly for the whole tour, which means like 30 concerts or something craziness coming out, like a lot of Christmas music next year. So, and with this album, obviously, with a new album of mine, I will be touring as well. So touring wise, yeah. And in the meantime, I also want to write new songs for my rock record. I'm thinking about it already. I started already. And I believe and I feel that it will go more into progressive direction songwriting wise. It will remain as heavy as as hell, but it will be more progressive, because I'm kind of liberating myself from everything that I've learned in the school times, in all the university times, and when you learn what is correct and what is incorrect, and I'm getting out of that, getting rid of that kind of rules. So I love progressive music, I love progressive rock and metal, and so something unexpected, maybe.
Oh, and that's got me very excited right now. I mean, that is such the great thing about the position that you're in right now, is that you are able to break down these boundaries of what you feel like was necessary at the time, and you are able to expand upon more musical aspects like this. I mean, the fact that they might be going in a more progressive style on the next rock album, I mean, as a prog fan myself, that makes me very excited to see what you're going to be doing with that.
Oh. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah. Let's see. Well, let's see what I can come up with. But songwriting is like still after all these years is still something fresh to me, and I am getting super excited when I sit down and I start writing the songs, because I can feel the excitement myself in that, and it's still something. Yeah, it's like a bubbling thing in me that I am not afraid anymore. And that was an amazing change, when I started my solo career after being in a band for so long, and I needed to find my own way. It was not an easy job to do, and it took me years really to feel comfortable. And so after all these years, and after all the work that I've done and where I've been and with who I've been working and who's inspired me and all that, it's really wonderful to be able to sit down and write your songs and feel good about it. It has taken a dime, but it's so nice feeling nowadays.
Yeah, and I can definitely say, at least from the fan perspective, I mean, I can tell the more comfortable you are with your songwriting, and especially over the last couple of years, I mean, it's so fantastic to see that, and I really love all the efforts that you've been able to do since you did branch out on your own, and with the more that you're feeling comfortable with what you're doing as far as your solo material, I can tell the music will get even better and even stronger, and I'll get that much more excited every time that a new release comes out.
Yeah, I really hope that I can keep on doing that. Obviously, I'm facing a challenge, but you know what I hate the most is to repeat myself. I really hate repeating myself, and people are like, well, why don't you write a song like this or that? And because I love your song, this and that on your records, and I said, yeah, wonderful, thanks, great that you like that song, but hey, I already wrote that song, so why should I repeat writing that song? I mean, yeah, I know I'm crazy in that sense, that I am like a perfectionist in that sense, always putting myself into my own limits, but yeah, what the heck, what I have to lose? Nothing, it's like, yeah, there is nothing to lose. I mean, if I can't be real within myself, how the hell it will go so wrong?
Oh, and that is so very true. And I think a great send-off to the end of this interview. Thank you so very much for taking the time to be able to do this. This was a bucket list interview for me. I've always wanted to be able to talk to you ever since I started my career doing this. And the fact I was able to talk to you about so much that you have going on with your solo work. And of course, the brand new album from Spirits and Gosts, Score for a Dark Christmas, which is coming out the 17th of November through earMUSIC. I'm so excited about everything you got going on as far as like touring and new endeavors that you're going to be going into and everything that you shared with me. And knowing that you are so happy about everything that's going on right now, it was an absolute honor to be able to talk to you.
Oh, thank you, dear. Thank you so much for calling me and having me in your show. And yeah, I wish everybody Merry Christmas. I mean, happy holidays, even though I'm early. But I hope to see you next year. All of you, rock with you, have a good time with you. And yeah, thank you for having me.